Today we're going to work on Fire Night 25. Very in-game Fire Night speed runs. I was doing a stream earlier today. At the end of the stream, I sent everybody over to Want to Mess. He told me he was working on Fire Night 25, so I stuck around to see what he was going to do. We already, both of us, have very consistent teams at 1 minute and 30 seconds. Maybe sometimes a little bit faster than that, a little bit longer than that if something messes up. But chat told us that they know of themselves that they either ran a 1 minute Fire Night team or they know some clan mates that run a very fast one, and they showed us what those teams were. So we were like, hell yeah, let's make those teams. So while I was in chat, I was doing the Marshal team. He was doing the Krillin team, even though he uses Krillin already on his runs. He doesn't have Marshal, unfortunately. So I started doing the Marshal team. He started doing the Krillin Witch Arm team, and we were getting runs that were about 20 to 25 seconds faster than what we had. Now I am down to a 1 minute and 3 second fastest time run on 25, and I know I can get under 1 minute. This team is pretty insane. It's not this team, that's the team he was working on. I'm going to show you the Krillin Witch Arm, the Marshal team, this team with Ghostborn, which I love. This is a consistent 1 minute 20 seconds to 1 minute 30 seconds, never fail. I actually, you know what, if I'm going to farm overnight, I might use this team. And then this is a team, one of those same teams with Renegade. Let's run this team right here first. All these teams have a very high gear requirement. Every single one of them. If this is in-game, guys, in-game to do the fastest runs. If you know of any other faster runs, please let me know the team comp and let me know that you physically seen that run happen before, because there are a lot, and I'm not talking about world record. There are a lot of people fishing for world records using the reset accessories and relentless gear just to try to do fast runs. That's all they're doing, but it's not a consistent team. I want to know of teams that are 95 to 98 to 100% consistent that are fast runs. None of that stuff that's fishing. Don't send that to me. Don't even say that in the comments. I've seen this person do whatever. Yeah, sure, right. Let us know the teams that are consistent. This is what chat helped us out today. Usually as streamers, we're in there trying to help chat out with our knowledge. They helped us out showing us all these fast runs for Fire Night, and we made these teams, and these teams are really good. I've shaved off probably from my runs maybe 20 to 25 seconds, but are they consistent? The biggest thing about this is the Fire Night turn meter, okay? The turn meter here, we are always battling that turn meter. Right now it looks easy, right? My allure is good. Now when I use the Krillin Witch Arm team, which is what Want to Mess used, he said he didn't like it at the end of the night. He was like, you know what, I gotta go to bed. I don't want to mess with this any longer. But his other team was maybe 15 to 20 seconds longer, but it was very consistent with Lydia. He had no issues with it. He's actually never failed with it. But you see this team, I do 1 minute and 3 seconds. Now I do 1 minute and 15 seconds. This is a fast team. This is a good team, and we will go over all their masteries in their gear in just a minute. Let's get on to the next one. Okay, so the next team is the Krillin team, and we might have an issue keeping the turn meter down on the boss. The biggest thing with this team is you gotta have a Krillin that hits insanely hard. Even my Seer at 324 critical damage in a Savage set, Want to Mess's Seer was at 301 in a Savage set. It's hard to take down this wave. Even though we get all these buffs, especially that Nethril. That's okay, we're gonna finish that Nethril off and still be fine for this next wave. It's actually gonna work out well here. Once we kill that first wave, we've got 12% additional damage on our Seer from Masteries. So we got to the boss again in 18 seconds, that's really good. We've got a lot of people with animations in here. It takes a little bit longer. Now that we're here, we have the ally pull-in, which didn't grab. Unfortunately, it didn't grab a lure there, but that's all right. We're going to keep where the turn meter's at right now. We should be able to keep it down. With Marshal, we get that increased speed buff, and he's putting up that increased speed buff all the time. Even though Seer's eating it, we still have that additional speed, which helps out. Here, it was hit or miss. Both of mine and Want to Mess's allure are at 299 speed. So while we were running this all, it was pretty comparable because we had really comparable champions, although his hits insanely harder than mine. Once I can get my allure to hit like his does with 299 speed, or if I get mine up to like 320 speed, it will be 100%. Not only will be 100%, it'll be faster. I'm going to get under 1 minute. I guarantee it. But this is from us working on this morning. I got to throw this video together right now so I can stream and pull shards with you guys in 40 minutes from now. But look at that. Krillin Witch Arm. But see, his Krillin team does this time already. His Krillin team, because his people are so strong, already does this time. And the requirement to make sure that your Krillin, she's in a Savage and a Cruel set. She's smacking right now. She really is smacking, just like my Marshal is hitting hard. Anytime you can put a Blood Shield accessory on any of these people going before Seer to get an additional buff up, do it. Put that accessory on. It's going to help you out so your Seer doesn't have to be as strong, or really just so your Seer can get it done. Your Seer has got to be strong for Fire Knight. The rest of the dungeons is not that big of a deal, but for Fire Knight, it is mandatory. We'll go on to the next one. The next one is, the Ghostborn. This is my favorite. I don't know. Marshal Ed's my favorite. This is my favorite. Check this team out. Chat showed us this team as well. We've got Archmage. We don't have to have as strong as Seer because we get all these buffs. And we've got Ghostborn. So we will always get to the boss at the exact same time every single time. We will never fail this one. Look. If I'm going to farm overnight, if I'm going to farm, I don't know, maybe I'll just, this team was doing 1 minute and 20 seconds to 1 minute and 30 seconds, and I can make this team stronger. If I make my allure stronger, then it's making all these teams stronger. But we will always get to the boss in 15 seconds with this team. Always and forever. I love that about this. We will never have any hiccups, never any failures, except if our allure is not fast enough here. If the boss catches up, and the boss has caught up to me before here when I had my allure at 280 something. Now she's at 299. Although I do want to get her faster, I do want to make her hit harder. We'll have to see. We're getting an increased speed buff from Archmage from time to time, right about now. But Seer is going to eat it because we just reset everything. If it stayed up a little longer, I wouldn't have to worry about that turn meter. Look at that turn meter. It's catching. Oh, we're done. We're done. Whoa, whoa, whoa. He's going to catch up very soon. Sometimes he catches up to us when we're down to like 10%. When he's down to 10% health, and sometimes he doesn't catch up at all. And oh man, please give me a speed buff. Keep that speed buff up on allure. So close. It's so close. Look at that. I'm telling you, right when he's at 10% health, sometimes this falls apart. And sometimes it never falls apart. Although I think we're going to pick it back up here. Yeah, we got it. We got it back up. There we go. So we're going to win. Again, this team will do 120 if we don't have that issue. So I've got to make my allure faster. And when you look at all this gear, you're going to be like, damn, that's a lot of gear. My Ghostborn isn't doing any damage. My Archmage isn't doing any damage. And my Kymar isn't. So I can make this team hit harder. And we could stay under that 120 to 130. As long as we keep that turn meter down. And we could use Renegade to help us with that. But maybe that is my favorite team. Maybe it is my favorite team. We'll see. We'll see what we come up with. Okay, this one is with Renegade. I really should do this team with Renegade with the Ghostborn instead of Krillin. Because Krillin, we have a hard time. I have a hard time taking down this first wave. We've got to hit insanely hard with Krillin and get and I don't have all those Blood Shield accessories to put on people. All you need is one of those Blood Shield accessories. Look. We missed a decreased defense over here. That's it. That's it for the sake of the video, guys, because I don't want to have to do some kind of edits. I'm going to run this again and waste the energy. Come on, guys. Let's get a decreased defense. Draco, don't fail us. On everyone. And now pound it. Thank you. Whoa, that guy didn't? No, that guy didn't get a weaken. You see how hard these waves are? At least we're at a good reset point now. I want to show you how Renegade can work. Before we have Prince Kymar as our fastest. So when we come into this second wave, Prince Kymar resets immediately, and then we drop the wave right away. And we have him set up so that he does his A1 or A2 on that first wave. Here we have to, if you're going to do Renegade, you have to have her slower, right underneath your Seer. And if you're not fast enough, that wave 2 can take a turn like you just saw. But when we get to the boss, so for this team, like if I was really going to run this team and not try to do Prince Kymar, which I'm going to run Prince Kymar, I would have to make somebody a little bit faster somehow. I don't know. It all fell apart. It all fell apart. This team all fell apart. Okay, this will really work. Just the same. 12 hits. 12 hits on the shield is a maniac, right? We got to get these 12 hits down. You know what? Maybe without her here, can we get the slow speed up? We got it. Maybe without Seer, this is going to be pretty fast. Seer does add a lot of damage for us, but Draco is going to pop off hard. Look at all that damage. She's going to do well because she's really set up to do damage. Allure is going to get Giant Slayer procs, and it's going to be longer. It is longer than our Prince Kymar team, but it's still going to do work. And again, this Draco is from my clan boss. This Draco is a 223 clan boss, Relentless Draco. I didn't change anything about him. I just threw him in here. So I don't know if this sold you on it or not. This kind of made you scared, didn't it? Okay, well, we just started working on this, I don't know, 4 hours ago. I got to make my allure a little bit faster if we're going to do some of this in-game stuff and try to get under 1 minute. So those are the teams so far. Let me show you the gear that's on these champions. Some crazy gear on, we'll go over to this one right here. I'll show you these from this view is pretty good. So we've got 224 speed, 278 critical damage. He is in a Savage and a critical damage set. 5,526 speed. Seer is at 324 critical damage. That's all you need to worry about with Seer. Do not go Helm Smasher. You see how everything's on the fence for the damage we're doing. If we miss any of that damage at all, we're not going to take him down. Don't go Helm Smasher. Go critical damage for this because we need every little bit. And you got to get every little buff in there to drop these waves. Draco Morph just to get more damage. Now, Want to Mess runs a team similar to the other one we were looking at, this Krillin one. But he runs Lydia in here, and he doesn't have issues with it. But Lydia doesn't do all this damage like Draco does on the boss. That's why we're getting that faster time from Draco Morph. So we've got Draco to 223 with the Relentless. We've got Kymar in here at 273. It doesn't really matter as long as Kymar's the fastest. But I do have this fast Kymar in a shield set, whereas my fastest Arena Kymar is not in one. And you might not have two to play around with. So you might have to put somebody else in a shield set, but then you're taken away from, like for Krillin to drop this wave, she has to be in this gear that I have right now. Otherwise, I can't drop the wave. She's in a Cruel and a Savage set. We'll see in a minute. And then Allure right here at 299 for Allure. Let's go look at them at the regular champion screen, and then we'll be out of here. Let me know, do you know of any other faster teams that are 100%? Not just the fastest you've ever seen, just good comps. Let us know. So here's my Krillin. She is rocking critical damage, attack, speed, critical damage, attack, because I'm not worried about accuracy on her. She's coming down here and doing War Master procs. After thinking about this, I don't think I should go War Master. I think because we are on the verge. Did you see how close it was to kill those other two champions? Maybe I should go Flawless Execution with Krillin, or maybe even Helm Smasher. Probably Flawless Execution. If I'm this close, I don't want the odds of maybe I will, maybe I won't. And I don't think this War Master is doing that much on the boss for me. This will do just fine because it's not the clan boss. So I should switch this to Flawless Execution, and I bet it's going to be better. Let's go back to her in just a minute. So you see her gear. Here is the specs, and I do have, this is the only one I have, this Blood Shield. If you can get more of these, oh, it's reaction. That's why it's not even working. That's not a blood shield. That's a reaction. Okay, Stu, epic failure. We need to put an attack one back on her. That's not even the right one. Jeez, man. Look at all that attack we're missing out on. Okay, now she's probably going to do even better. And then we give her that critical damage, and we're going to drop that wave. But you see how gear intense this is. Prince Kymar number 2. He's in a shield set. That's it. Nothing really too fancy with him. I need to go over here to maybe War Master to give him a little bit of extra damage if we want to try to be faster. I can because I only use this guy in the Doom Tower, so we'll be fine with that. What else do we have? Prince Kymar. Now we have Seer number 1. Seer number 1, Savage set, critical damage. All you want is critical damage with Seer. As much as possible in a Savage set. So try to get whatever you can. We had Draco number 1 here. 223. And then he's got critical damage, crit rate, and I use him in the clan boss. Masteries are for clan boss masteries. Ghostborn really doesn't have anything. He's just got a speed set, so I need to change him around. I need to change him to the same comparable speed. Doesn't have to be really crazy fast, but I need to make him hit hard, and he can hit hard. And I don't need these reset accessories. I don't need the refresh accessories at all on him, so I'll take that away. I'll get him to hit harder. I don't know why I had this. I'll probably get him over here in Flawless Execution. I'll do ways to make him hit harder for that one. And then for that team, I'm going to need to get my allure up a little bit of speed on that one. And then down here, you saw us using that Renegade, which didn't look like it worked out really, really well. It will work, I promise. Want to Mess uses Renegade with his Lydia on that team all the time. If you want to check out other teams that aren't using all these crazy legendaries that have multiple options for you with or without Seer, go check out my video I did a month ago. I'll throw it up on screen. You can go see that one. That'll help you if you're struggling through this. Marshal has some of my best gear. Look at all this damage he's pulling off. So he's got some crazy stuff on him. Critical damage, attack, attack. I don't think we need this much damage out of him because we're really just using his buffs to get through wave 1. And then we're using his buffs in wave 2. So he doesn't need to be this strong. Not at all. So I'll eventually take this gear off of him and we'll still hit very hard, but to clear the waves, we don't need this and he'll be fine. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate the support and the love. Please subscribe if you haven't. And if you know of any great teams like that, really consistent teams that work well on Fire Night 25, let us know down below. I'll see you guys soon.